Oh, there's maybe one more coming.
Okay, start.
Okay. Are you recording us? Why are you recording us? So how are you, Joanna?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. Apart, I had some technology issue, but every time it happens to me, so I don't know if it's me.
That's fine. One of my colleagues had electricity cut off twice within a week because we had quite bad storms, winds over the weekend. So he was just without electricity for a few hours twice.
So how is where are you living now?
London. I normally live in London.
Oh, whereabouts?
You know Finsbury Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have like 15 minutes walk to Finsbury Park station. So, and the campus is very close to Finsbury Park as well. So I normally walk to the campus, but that's like 40 minutes walk, you know?
Ok. Ciao ragazzi. Ok, penso che ci manca forse una persona, ok? Quindi spero che per tutti va bene che parliamo in inglese e poi eventualmente alla fine o anche nel frattempo mentre parla la nostra rappresentante potete scrivere le vostre domande e possiamo rispondere o durante, se avete qualcosa già in mente durante la presentazione, oppure alla fine. Ok, quindi ci siamo. Spero. Ok, le domande ragazzi, se scrivete in inglese sarà molto più facile, più veloce per noi e per Joanna rispondervi. Se avete problemi, se la vostra camera vi copre i slides, potete semplicemente spostare con mouse, ok, a destra, ok, o con la freccina che vedete in mini. Va bene, quindi possiamo iniziare. Boom. Joanna, you can start.
Thank you very much. So, hello everyone, my name is Joanna and I work at London Met as an international officer for Europe. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about our university today. If you have any questions, go ahead, ask them, and I think we will answer all of them in the end of the presentation. So, here. You can see a bit about us. So we have two campuses based in central London. Our employability skills are very important for us, and we pay a lot of attention to that. And we have 96.7% of our students in work or further education within 6 months of graduation. And we have very modern facilities and outstanding student support. So here you can see one of our campuses in Holloway Road. So this is actually a complex of campuses. So all 3 buildings you can see in this picture, these all belong to us. And I personally work in that red brick building, which we call clock tower building, because you can see the white clock on top of the building there. Here is another shot from the same place. So back in the very back, you can see entrance to the tube station. So the tube station is the Holloway Road station, which means that you can get to the campus very easily from even from further away, depending on where you decide to live. But I will mention that later too. We have accommodation. We recommend accommodation very close to the campus too. So here is a shot at our CAS school, which is the art and design dedicated building. So all art and design students would study there. Students who study film production or film studies, they would study at both of these campuses, but it's very easy to get from one to the other. It's like 20 minutes. All other students, so any business, law, science, any other course that isn't art and design, they would study only in Holloway Road campus. And here you can see a few shots of our studios in the CAS building. So we do allow you to do as much practice as possible while you're on the course. We also have practice-based modules that are embedded into your course portfolio, and this counts as credits, and it also counts to your work experience. So every undergraduate program we have, all of them, they have embedded a practice-based module, and we do help you find the right work for you. So here you can see the list of the schools, the academic schools that we offer, and you can see a basic list of what kind of subjects we teach. So we have almost everything, really. We only don't have engineering and medicinal science, but we do have science, bioscience, we do have pharmaceuticals, we have architecture. We are very well known for our architecture, everything that is in the CAS school, really. So art, design, photography, but we offer a full range of courses. We have over 200 different courses. So I'm sure if you decide to study something, we have that. Here you can see also our profile on YouTube. So if you are curious of what student ambassadors or what our graduates have to say about different courses, you can go to our YouTube channel and you will be able to see there their opinion, and you will see a lot of shots of our uni. We also have a virtual tour there. They are all short videos between a minute to 5 minutes. So if you're interested, please go ahead and have a look. So I'm going to show you a little bit more of our facilities right now. And here are our classrooms. We invested quite a lot into making sure that they are very friendly, that they are suitable for studying and for bringing a good atmosphere in the classroom, but also to make sure that you have everything you could possibly need on your course. So this is for instance, an interpreting suite. So for anyone who studies, let's say, translation, anything like that, this is one of the rooms you would be using. We also have music production and technology, and you can see that we have a TriCaster, we have a TV studio, we have our own newsroom where you can practice. We have a mock courtroom as well. So if you're studying law, you will be also able to have mock trials in the mock courtroom. And this is our science center. So up to 300 students can fit in there at one time. So any students who do bioscience, biochemistry, anything like that, they would probably be using this lab. We have a very similar lab for food processing studies. So if you're going to do any gastronomy related or hospitality related courses, you will probably be in the same building in a very similar classroom. We also have a Bloomberg room for those who want to study business and business-related courses. We have a very good learning center, which is a separate building. You have 5 floors there. The last floors, the top floors, are dedicated to only quiet studies. So if you need a safe space where you won't be disturbed, where you can rent your own room for a group project, depending on what you need really. So if you need a group project, you can rent a room where you have a projector, you can try it. If you need a place where you're going to be undisturbed, free from everything, and you just need to focus on your assignment or on your dissertation, you will find a space like that too. So the top floors are only for quiet study, and the lower floors are for group study and for general, just being in a study center, like learning this one. So this floor that you can see here is the very bottom floor. And this is based in the Holloway Road campus, but we have 2 libraries, and one is in the Learning Center in the Holloway Road campus, and the other is in the Cass School. Here are another few shots from the London, the Holloway Road campus. So you can see we have canteens on site. We do have an open courtyard. So whenever it's nice outside, you can just have your lunch outside. You can hang out. You can even study there if you think it's fit for you to study. And we also have our own bar on campus in Holloway Road. So it's already past the security gate. And if you don't want to go anywhere else, if you just want to stay on campus, you don't want to go somewhere else, search for a pub, you can just stay there, have a coffee, have a drink, and just spend time with your friends where you can feel safe. We also have a gym, which is free for all our enrolled students. This is also on Holloway Road campus, and you are free to use all the equipment. You are free to use the sports hall. You are free to use to go to any fitness classes that are offered there, and these could be HIIT classes. These could be yoga. It really depends, depending on the interest. But you just need to go online to register for those. And accommodation. So we do recommend quite a few different options. There is no accommodation on campus, but you can find accommodation very close to the campus. So this is a screenshot from our website. And on our website, you can find more details about this if you just type in accommodation. And you can see here how close it would be to the campus and what the cost is. So you can find something from £150 per week. You can find something more expensive, depending really on how far you want to be from the campus, what the standard would be that you're looking for, how much budget you have. And I would suggest, I can see that someone is asking about, Sarah is asking, when do I have to book my accommodation? So you don't book it with us, so it's really independent. So as soon as you know that you're coming to study, I would say start booking it then, because the sooner the better and the more options you're going to have. But obviously, as we have the pandemic situation right now, I'd say wait until you're sure that you're coming over, and just make sure that you don't spend your money too early. And these are our standard entry requirements for Italy. So if you're interested in studying with us, depending on the level you're looking for, if you don't quite meet the undergraduate, so bachelor level, we can offer you a foundation year. You can see the English requirement that we normally have in place, and currently, since the IELTS centers are closed, we also accept TOEFL IBT, the special home edition. And we also accept the IELTS indicator with 6.0 overall. Okay, if you have any questions about that, you go ahead, you can ask in the chat box, and I will answer that in a bit. And so here is a list of what kind of help or what kind of support you can get from us. So we do have a students' union that does communicate all your needs to us. So, for example, the gym has not always been free, but the students' union talked to us, and now it is free. Careers and employability support. So we do have a team that helps you building your CV, in mock interviews. They help you get prepared for what comes next. We also have funding and financial advice. We have accommodation advice, disabilities and dyslexia, counseling service, registering with a GP, opening a bank account. This is the help we offer to you online and on campus. So what is very good on campus, we have a student hub, which is a one place where you can go with any problem you may have. And we have a hub like that on both campuses. So if you have an issue with, I don't know, your fees, you don't know how to pay your fees, or you don't know how to open the bank account, or you don't know how to register with a GP, you just go to the student hub, and in the student hub they will tell you exactly what to do next, and they will tell you everything you need to know. So you don't have to run around the campus and search for the relevant person. You go there and they will find the information for you. So I think that's quite helpful, especially when you're new in the country, when you're new in London. And we also have for any business student the Big Idea Challenge, where you can win £30,000 for the best business idea, and these ideas are very, very of various natures. So I heard that the ideas that won in the past were, for example, choreography related, gastronomy related. So it's really worth, if you have a good idea, if you think it's a good idea, it's really worth going into the Big Idea Challenge. And we also have Business Accelerator. So what it is an agreement between London Met and Business Accelerator, where when you have a business idea, you go to Business Accelerator and they help you start it up. So they help you with everything that was in the beginning to make sure that you have a head start in the beginning. And regarding fees, so the fees for September 2020 are between 9,250 to 14,000. So it depends on what kind of level of degree you're applying for. So it could be, for most of bachelors, it's £9,250. But if you choose a course where, let's say, materials could cost more, or just space or something else could cost extra, so it could be slightly more. This is a fee per year. We also offer scholarships. So scholarships are up to £3,000 from us, and we work with institutions that offer larger scholarships, like the International Student House and so on. So just to explain it, International Student House is a place where postgraduate international students can apply to get a scholarship in a way of having their accommodation funded for their full master's degree. And normally, to apply for a scholarship, you need to have an offer from us and accept it, and then you can apply for scholarships. So that is all from me. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them. Let me have a look.
Okay, I don't understand the question from Sarah. So I don't have to finish sending all my documents. So can I book it even without English exam? I don't know if she meant accommodation or...
So I guess it's about accommodation because she asked about accommodation before. So normally, Sarah, okay. So normally, Sarah, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you have an offer first. So you can have a conditional offer, but it is an offer, right? So when you have an offer, you just need to accept it. Generally, for most of things, you just need to accept it. And don't be worried about that, because to accept an offer, you don't need to make any payments. So you just indicate whether you are interested in the offer we have made you. So if you applied for, I don't know, design degree, we issue you an offer, whether it's conditional or unconditional. You just accept it, and then you can go forward with booking accommodation. Yeah, let me know if that answers your question.
Great. Okay. Davide, ciao Davide. How are the courses organized, and how much do the course lasts a day?
Okay, so it depends on the courses. If you're asking about a bachelor degree, what normally happens, they normally are 2 to 3 days a week, depending on what kind of course it is. But normally a bachelor degree would be 2 full days a week, or similar amount of hours. So you could start, let's say, at 9, finish at 5:30, and with breaks, of course. And these are normally fixed days. So for one course, it could be always Monday and Wednesday. For another course, it could be always Tuesday and Friday. So it really depends. But this information will be given to you before you start the course. So we do appreciate quite a lot of our students also work, or they want to look for work. So we try to make sure that the studies are contained within as little number of days as possible within a week.
I guess you have no idea how many hours they are for each course. Different.
It would be, it really depends, because if it's a full-time course, which is 3 years normally, a full-time bachelor degree course, it's probably about 16 hours a week, 16 hours of study a week, something like along that lines. But as I said, it could slightly vary between courses. I'm not sure about media and communication, Davide. I would have to have a look. But if you want, I can have a look at it for you, and I can email you within a few days to let you know.
Great. Sarah has lots of questions. How many hours a week I'm allowed to work?
So Sarah, do you need a visa? Because if you're Italian, you don't need. Yeah, so if you don't need a visa, then there is no limit. No, you don't. Perfect. So there's no limit on how many hours you can work, but you just need to remember that apart from what you do in the class, so I know that maybe those 16, it could be even to 20 hours, as I said, depending on the course, but it might not sound that much. The thing that you have to remember about is, apart from studying in class, you also will have individual projects. You will have to have group projects that you have to work on, and sometimes even though deadlines seem very far ahead, let's say in 2-3 months, if it depends on how you organize your time. So if you think working additionally to studying 2 days a week would work for you, then absolutely go for it. If you think you can work 3 days a week, then yeah, sure, go for it. But there is no physical limit on how much you should be working. what we mind is that we want to make sure that you're getting you're paying for your degree, whether it's a loan or whether it's your own money. So we want to make sure that you get the best out of it. So we wouldn't want you to compromise your studies just because you're worried about work.
Next question: what's the balance between theory and practice in courses?
So I can't tell you in percentage, but we want to make sure that you get as much practice as possible. So we understand that theory is not going to give you everything when it comes to finding a good job. We understand that you need practice. That's why we have this work-based module where you can already get some work experience. Now, you normally do this module in your second or third year, depending on the course, and it varies on as long as it's relevant for your course. You can choose it what it is exactly. And just to give you an example of how much practice we do for fashion textiles bachelor degree in CAS school, we do have something that is called Project Red. If you go to YouTube, you will see every year we have a catwalk of Project Red where all our students in the first year, and this is not a common thing, all our students on this course get to design their own outfit, and the only thing that they can use is red fabric, whatever kind of fabric, but it has to be some red fabric, and you can see results of that in short videos. But every course gets to do as much as possible in their hands. I hope that answers that.
Great. We have, from my students, we have 2 girls who applied for fashion marketing. I don't know if fashion marketing or fashion marketing with management are both the same courses, but
No.
maybe they, no. Okay.
So they could study because they will probably have similar modules. So they could be studying together some of the modules, but if one is with management and the other is without management, then I understand that some of the modules will differ on their within their degree.
Ok, so Giorgia, Arianna, possibilmente avrete qualche lezione insieme. But do you have any information specific about specific courses that you can share with them?
Well, if they want to see exactly, a list of modules is listed on our website. So if they just go to our website and type in the exact title of their degrees, of their chosen degrees, they will see modules, a list of modules, and those modules are listed for all 3 years of their studies. So they can easily compare it even now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what else? Giorgia, Arianna, or maybe Julia. I don't know if any of you sat already English exam. Maybe that's a good question to ask, if students now can set exam with you, Joanna. Is there any possibility to do exam online?
So yes, so there is IELTS introduced something that is called IELTS indicator. So it's a slightly cheaper option, and this can be done from home. So they just need to they just need to go online, and they do have a control of passport. So basically, you just need to send a copy of your passport to them, so they can see that the same person who is currently sitting their exam is the same person as in the passport. And they do have also a few components, and we would accept that. And TOEFL did this a very similar thing. So we accept both IELTS indicator and TOEFL the home edition. So if you want to use that, go ahead. If you want to wait, and I understand that IELTS centers are reopening in the countries where the pandemic is under control. So if you want to wait and do that instead, that's really up to you. But we accept all of these certificates.
From what I know, you can already book your IELTS exam for June. That's the earliest date in Italy. We are not sure if which dates exactly when they will reopen the centers. So, but you can already book the exams. Okay.
That's really good news.
So I did the Cambridge Advanced exam in September 2019. Is it still valid for 2021? Okay.
So normally these exams are any type of these exams, like IELTS, TOEFL, CAE. They are normally valid for 2 years, and that's so as long as they are valid at the time of your application. This should be also written on the certificate you have. So as long as they are valid at the time of your application, there shouldn't be any problem with accepting it. However, we don't normally accept CAA. You might accept it now. So I would say apply with the certification you have right now, and our admissions will advise you, because if that's a sufficient level, they might accept this, but they can only tell you when they see this certification.
Okay, I missed one question from Davide. What about group work in the class? Well, he's talking more about media communication. Is it more individual work or more group work?
It's hard for me to say exactly how many hours of group work and how many hours of individual work. What I can tell you, David, that it's if you have more theory-based class, if that's a regular theory-based lecture, then you could have it in a larger group. Then if it's more, if it's not just theory, then you would be in a class probably of 20 people. And then if there are smaller projects, you are again divided into smaller groups. So you would have enough, you definitely would have enough of tutors' care, and regardless of having an individual or group projects, those tutors are always happy to help you. And even now, if you had a look on the website, they are already giving their email addresses. So if you want to know, for instance, who's a course leader for media and communication, you will probably be able to see this right away. So the tutors don't hide from you. Absolutely, they are happy to help, and they want to see that their work in teaching you brings the fruit in terms of your good progress. I hope it helps.
Okay, Georgia. Okay, you probably know Georgia, Joanna. Do you remember a student who just finished her high school in New York? She's asking if she's able, instead of setting a test, if you can accept, or admission office would accept her grade in English classes.
It's hard for me to say because I don't work in admissions, but I would say whatever you have, Georgia, just submit it. Give admissions a week. They now need about a week to reply because they are a bit behind because of the whole working from home setting and systems being a bit slow. But give them a few days, upload this, and see what they say. If they decide that this is not sufficient, they will just let you know. If they think you need to take another test, they will let you know, and they might give you an option of doing this test from home as well.
Okay. Is it a slightly chance that admission office, I don't know, make interviews, short interviews with students? So, for example, Georgia can make a chat instead of exam.
So what we would normally offer for all the EU students who don't need visas, we had this exam on campus. So that was our internal English test that could be taken on campus, and you could even take it just a few days before you start the course. So you could just arrive, let's say, a week early on campus before your course starts, and then take it. And then it's free. You have your outcome instantly, but that's if you're confident that you would get a sufficient result. If Georgia, if you're not sure, if you have any doubts, then I would say maybe it's better to take an like TOEFL or IELTS exam online now, just to make sure. But we also offer. I think if you spend so much time in US, I can't see why you shouldn't be confident of your English skills. But I'd say just email them, show them what you have at the moment, and wait for their reply, because I really can't speak for them.
Mm-hmm. I already have sent her transcript, not the official one. She will receive a diploma, the official diploma, on 23rd of May. So we just wait until then, and we just ask if we can consider her English grade for an English, as an English exam, and we'll see what they will say. But it is possible to make online lessons.
Yes, so just to let everyone know, at the moment what university is doing is just to make sure that we consider all the options, and our biggest concern is your safety. So of course we don't want you to arrive on campus and get infected in the first month. So what we are looking into is different options, such like maybe first few months online, and then as soon as it's safe, coming over on campus to start face-to-face teaching. But these are only options that we discuss, and we will see closer to the time. It's really hard to decide 5 months in advance. What the university has already decided for sure is that they postponed the academic year start of 2 weeks. So it will start, the new date of start is on the 5th of October. We will have the induction week. So induction week is when you get all the information from university, how to use your online resources, what is where, who to contact, and so on. And teaching should start on the 12th of October. So that's for now. And we are still working towards September, as it should start normally. And we will be just in touch with everyone who is enrolled to start in September to make sure that you have an up-to-date information.
Anything else, guys? Okay.
Well, if also just to add to what I already said for Davide, Well, also right now, since our students couldn't be on campus since mid-March, because UK went under lockdown on the 18th of March, if I remember well, all our students are currently studying online as well. So they have regular exams, they have regular classes, and I'm sure if there is a need to do that, there will be an option to do that.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? Ariana, did you want to ask something? I saw you writing before. Do you have, I don't know, on the campus, just many students asking, do you have any bar or restaurant that students can eat proper lunch?
Yes, so we have a few different canteens. So we have two canteens on the Holloway campus, and you can eat there on a budget. So for 4 or 5 euro, you can buy something decent. So let's say, I don't know, wings and chips are I think they were £4 last time I checked. If you want to have a fresh lasagna made there, you can have that. There is one canteen is, I think they are either Jamaican there or it's Jamaican themed, because it always smells something like, you know, Caribbean spices, and they always have Friday without meat, so it could be, you know, fish and chips or something like that. And the other canteen is very varied. So you could have something cooked on campus every day for quite cheap. If you don't want to eat on campus, we have quite a few different restaurants around the campus. So you could go for a pizza. There is a place called Zia Lucia that serves like black pizza. For it's I don't know what they add there, but the base is black. You can have Vietnamese food. There is I think Malaysian place where you can also get a lovely bubble tea. There is Nando's. For those who don't know, who have never been maybe to London, Nando's is like a very, very popular chicken place. So anything with chicken, they would have that. So yes, there are plenty of options for you to eat, and there are plenty of places that also offer student discounts. So you could get, let's say, 10% discount on food because you're a student. We also have a bar on campus in Holloway Road. So if you want to just stay on campus, keep your life there, that's absolutely perfectly fine. If you want to go somewhere outside, we have also, well, there are pubs around the campus. And also for anyone who is interested in sports or in football in particular, we have right behind the Holloway Road campus, there's a Arsenal stadium. So if you want to make if you want to get some extra work experience there, or if you want to go to a match, it's just next to us, and I can see it from the office window. So there are absolutely many things to do.
Great. We're talking about discounts. How much the Oyster card costs now for students?
So it really depends how far you live. If you would like to, what you can do is cycle. I cycle to work, and I definitely recommend it, because I think the only way to learn London and what is where, geography, just learn your surroundings, is when you walk or cycle. If you want to travel by tube, then you can do that. We are based in Zone 2. So London is divided into zones, and there are caps. A cap is a maximum amount that you can spend daily within certain zones. Zone 1 is the most expensive one, so that's where all the all the main city, like Bank, Whitechapel, the Tower of London. That's where all the landmarks are, so depending on how far you live, that's how much you're going to pay for travel. For example, if you travel by bus, that doesn't to which the zones that don't apply, it's only £1.50 for a bus fare. And even if you need to change a bus, if you do it within the same hour, it still costs £1.50. So if you live within a bus ride, you could be just paying, let's say, £3 a day. If you live somewhere closer, maybe it's a good idea to cycle, and you can save quite a lot of money on that, because even the cheapest bike is like £100 or 150, and we have in the student union, students organize for themselves, let's say, bicycle surgery, and help with maintenance or how to move around London. So it's really up to you how you organize it.
So if you, sorry, Anna, so if, I don't know, students want to really spend less on their accommodation and they move to zone 5, okay, for instance, so I have to take a tube. So let's say I would prefer to buy a monthly ticket, right? How much it would cost me around monthly ticket for a tube and buses?
So
because I know students have a really good deal up to 26 years, right?
Yes, but that's for National Rail. So for National Rail is only for the long distance travel, and then that's when they can get 20 or 30%. Let me just see what the caps are currently. Okay. So altogether just to let you know, altogether there are 12 zones around London, and the longer distance you go, the more you pay. But
I actually thought that you have, let's say, for first few zones, you pay, okay, the monthly fee, which is, I don't know, £50, and that's it. You can move wherever you like, wherever.
Well, it depends really what kind of ticket you buy. But just to give you an example, my boyfriend, he travels. So we live in zone 3, and he travels all around London. Normally, now he can't, but normally when he travels around London, he spends on average, I would say, £150. But this is because also he travels to zone 1, so to the city. And zone 1 is the most expensive zone. If you travel, so like I traveled between zone 2 and 3 to my previous work, I paid about £80 a month. So you can already see the difference. It's almost half of what my boyfriend pays.
Okay, but if you say it's easy to travel by bike, I will always choose bike.
Well, there are quite many people traveling by bike to work or to study. There are a lot of cycle rails outside the campus, and as I mentioned, getting a bike here, if you can't travel with your bike from Italy to London because you're flying, so it wouldn't really make sense to bring it here. You can easily buy a bike for £100 or £150 and just travel to campus every day. It really isn't an issue, and people are mindful. The drivers are mindful of the cyclists too.
Okay. Yes, I guess. Yeah. I think we are good. If you have, Joanna, if you have anything else to add?
Well, what I would like to add is that I would like to see every one of you in September, in October when we start and when we get to campus. And I would like to encourage you to have a look at our website if you have not decided what you would like to study yet. And I'm sure you can find something that will suit your needs. And we are here for you. So if you would like to contact Beata or myself in regards to anything to study with London Met, we will be happy to help you.
Last question. How many students you have every year?
Okay, so altogether on campus, we have about just shy of 10,000 students. So I think last year it was 9,700 something. This year I think it's 9,400 something. So it's not the biggest university, but this also makes it a bit more cozy. So, but this doesn't really affect your classrooms as well. So some classrooms with very specialist courses, they could have only like 14 people in the group, and this is not because we don't have students interested. It's only because we didn't really want more, because a bigger classroom would mean the tutor has more time for you. So so if you want to be in an international environment in central London, where you can get a lot of work-based teaching, then we should be the choice for you.
Great. Okay, guys, so if you don't have any more questions, we're closing.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Joanna. Thank you very much. Take care.
You too.